Alrighty then. So, in our VR development of taking the curriculum for 3D printing and putting it into a VR style of teaching, we have our filament. And what's fun about this is not even just beyond changing colors, we have the ability to change it and show a bit of our different types of textures. So if you take the metalness, bring it all the way up, and you bring the roughness all the way down, you now have silk. Look at that. Beautiful silk, almost translucent colors, which it's giving off. So even playing and giving a little bit of roughness might give it more of the silk look. We want matted. We bring it all the way down, all the way up. We now have matted material. Look at that. That's pretty amazing. We do about a half and half, I would say, somewhere around there. That's probably our standard plastic. Now, what's going to be fun about this is now you have the ability to load a virtual reality printer. Sorry about the boundaries, but you can actually do it from a distance too. So if I wanted to, develop a fun game of installing the filament onto the printer, we can do that. I'm kind of just playing around with settings at this point, trying to get familiarized with how to program for VR. So we'll play some fun games. We might make a shooter game where we shoot out things of filament. That would be pretty fun at printers or something. We might make a humongous printer tower that you have to then climb up the printer and fix different parts of it as if you were like this little miniature guy that went along and had to get to the certain points and fix what's happening. And, it's just a fun, interactive way to teach this future technology, or I like to say the next generation of technology, to the next generation of students. This should be in every, starting in middle school, working its way up throughout high school. And by the time they reach college, they should fully know how to utilize a 3D printer, 3D modeling, and any type of that virtual, reality, even social media aspects of stuff. It's time to start utilizing what we have to deal with and stop focusing on the negatives and start creating positives out of it. There's a positive reasoning for social media. There's a positive reasoning for our new age of technology, but it all has to be done and balanced correctly and done in the right format. Like, we can't keep abusing our situation and always trying to rip one another off. Like, that's the problem with our society, is everybody's so worried and has so much anxiety about being the one who has the money, being the one who's the most popular. I like to always kind of go back to the Star Trek universe. There's no more currency in that type of world. Everybody does what they want to do for their own betterment, for the betterment of the next generation, the betterment of their children. It's not about this whole profit and make money and rip the next guy off, because that's what America has become. And it's sad because it doesn't have to be that way. There's a balance to everything, people, and we need to find it. But back to what I'm talking about. Yes, this is doing very well, and bringing this into this new style. Look at that. We can do. We can just color on them too. Go back to bucket though. Might be just filling in. There we go. But so this is going to be a really fun learning tool. This is going to teach kids how to start really utilizing 3D printers. It's a lot easier way to 3D model, especially for kids. Instead of just using a mouse, you have full-on tools at your disposal to sit here and start developing. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm just kind of messing this up at the moment, but it's just to show the fact that we can come in here, take whatever we want to make, and then print it out on the printers. You give that to a 10, 11-year-old, they are going to be so impressed and so amazed, and they're going to love doing it. They don't even realize what they're doing. They don't realize they are doing a full type of machining, engineering, 3D modeling, development, artistic. This is an overall rounded technology that hits so many different types of aspects. And it's just something I felt that saved my life, and it is definitely time to go ahead and pass that on to the next generation of kids. This is what we should be doing, not fighting over each other over scraps of money. That shouldn't be our focus. Our focus should be future development. It should be the development. Like, we can take the filament off too if we want. It's two individual pieces. So you got filament and you got the thing. Oh, and then we go back. Is that pretty neat? So this, my friends, is the future of teaching our next generation of students how to utilize this technology to its full potential so that they can evolve it into the next generation of technology itself.